And we're back with some more oxygen not included. And things are going, I think, stable-ish. Right now, food is coming in from these crops up here. I think we're going to switch over to omelets, though. I've been advised they're very good if combined with the floxes, so we'll give that some experimentation today. Our oxygen is being produced quite handily down here. In fact, we've got lots of Oxy-lite. What are we up to? We've got 2.6 tons of Oxy-lite, which is great. However, the carbon dioxide levels in here are still rising. I may need to do something like put down a carbon skimmer or something over here to get rid of the excess carbon dioxide, because this is getting it's making me a little nervous. But first things first, what I want to do is start replacing some of these conveyor rails with the cinnabar ore, whatever. That stuff there, so we get some of the iron ore back. We ran out of iron ore because I'd made too many conveyor rails everywhere. Or the correct amount. I have moved the polluted water out of there. The polluted water has all been moved over into this location, which is then being stored in this liquid reservoir. We're up to almost, 4 tons of polluted water at about -2 degrees. That's plenty of polluted water. We should find a use for that, but maybe later. Right now, what I want to do is, excavate out a bunch of this iron ore. I want to take all that iron ore so that we have some more iron to work with, because we're going to put in another ranch. We're going to switch over entirely to omelets. That means we're going to need to take all the eggs we're getting out of these floxes and start cracking them. And we're also going to need to put in incubators, because incubators will allow us to moderate the amount of critters we have going on. I think we're going to need at least 2 of these flox farms, or ranches, if not 3. So I think 3 ranches, 1, 2, 3 should be perfect. That should be just about done. How many critters we got in there? Oh, yeah, so we got 8 critters in there. We've got the plants planted. Some of them were getting fertilized. Yeah, done. So that's 2 ranches up and running. That was much faster and easier. It's amazing how much quicker things get when you, oh god, that carbon dioxide's getting too high. I want to put in a carbon skimmer, but the problem with a carbon skimmer is, the water would freeze. Carbon skimmer requires water to go into it, and water famously freezes when you go below 0 degrees Celsius, and it's -26 down here. So unless we want to pump the carbon dioxide to somewhere that's a little bit warmer, which I don't think there's any place that's above 0 degrees yet. I mean, this place is getting pretty toasty over here. This place is like, what, -4, -5? We could use insulated pipes, maybe? That might be an idea. We could try using insulated pipes, see if that makes a difference. But we're still going to have to run it through a water sieve, and the water sieve is also going to have the same problem. I think we'll give it a go and see how it works. Worst case scenario, we'll give it a minute. I can always, worst case scenario, put it in a gas pump and use that to, get rid of the carbon dioxide into a storage tank for a while. This place over here is fine. Or we could put down more alveoveras. How much ice we got? 336 tons? Maybe more ice might be an idea. Actually, a quick lower farm. If we make a second farm just below this one, it'll have to fill with carbon dioxide. No, this could work. Give me... this might take like 4 or 5 minutes. Even excavating all of this out, it hasn't really dropped the carbon dioxide that much. We might need a more aggressive form of carbon dioxide management. Okay, you know what? We'll figure that in a second. For right now, I just want to stick in some quick incubators to support these flox farms, or flox ranches. Reason being is we want them to be automatically replaced when critters die. It's just right now we have to manually put them in, and that's a pain in the butt. So instead, we're going to stick down 4 unpowered incubators. Each one of these floxes lives for 100 cycles. It takes 20 cycles for their eggs to hatch if you don't put them, if you don't treat them special. So what that should mean is, in the 100 cycles it takes them to, die out in a ranch, 5 eggs will have hatched. So each one of these incubators can support, 5 living floxes. There's 8 in here, that's 16. That'll be 5, 10, 15, and we can support 20. So we'll have a little bit extra, but it's always better to have more than you need. The rest of the eggs we'll just, we'll stick them into a storage bin and let them crack. And give me a little bit of an attack symbol on that. Otherwise we're going to have to deconstruct and or open the door. Yeah, I don't like the idea, though, of killing a bunch of floxes. It just seems kind of mean, but... sorry, buddy. How much meat do they give us? Yeah, only 1,600 cows. Normally it's 3,200 cows for most of the good meat producers, so these guys are almost kind of better as eggs. I've been advised to go with souffle pancakes. Only requires 2 sleep wheat grain and 1 raw egg, and it gives you 3,600 calories. and 2 sleep wheat grade we can afford. There's plenty of sleep wheat around the map growing wild. Yeah, we may have demolished some of the ones over here, but it's not too bad. Actually, get us in there. There's another 18 grains we can start turning. All right, over here. You almost done? Excellent. You, flock's egg. Flock's fawn. Incubate continuously. Sure thing. And you over there as well. We're also going to need to power this sucker up. Actually, closest wire is right there. That should mean any of the eggs... Oh, and we're also going to delete this. I mean, all the eggs will come over here and drop down in this section. This auto sweeper can see them, pick them up, and dump them into the incubators. The incubators will be level 5. So they'll be level 5, meaning the eggs will go in there. If the incubators are full, this storage bin, which will be set to level 4, will hold all the rest of the eggs. What that should mean is all the eggs will stay in there, and then they will start to go bad. Basically, if eggs are stored in a bin, they start to go wrong, and then they crack after, I think, 10 cycles. However, if at any point we need to fill back up one of the incubators, they can just get whipped out of there and dumped in. This should be no time at all. Oh, yeah, they're going to have to grab all the eggs over, aren't they? Yeah, that's a lot of eggs. I'm not even sure how many it is in there. You know what? It's enough. There is plenty and plenty of eggs in there. And soon we'll have plenty and plenty of omelets. But once the eggs pop out, we'll start making those souffle pancakes forever. Yeah, what's our calories looking like? Calories are actually going down. Strange. Give me some barbecue as well. Why not? What do we got in the printing pod today? Omelets. You know what? That might be it. Supplying, suit wearing, and operating. Ooh. Actually, no. Well, one, they're Luddite, so that kind of scuppered them. Over here, I was almost tempted by a digging suit wear, but I think we'll hold out until we get, 3 traits and stuff we actually want. So just say a digging constructor suit wearing or something like that would be the absolute perfect. So we can hold out. We've got 9 duplicants. We're doing quite fine. Everything's nice and stable. There's no rush. And then we can hire a bunch of duplicants and put them through a gym once we get all the basics down. And are you almost done? Oh, 1 second. Copy that over there, and that guy should automatically fill it. Done. Okay, so that's that automated, which means the replacement floxes will be along as necessary. Then we just need to get rid of a bunch of these guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, just gone and gone. You'll give us the short burst of calories we need to keep calories going. I don't like going below 100k calories. It just feels weird. But these are going to go out in a while. We're going to dig these up and get rid of them, namely on the grounds you won't need them. So long as we've got enough eggs coming in and we were able to pull in enough sleep wheat, we should be fine. And down here, it's time to basically replicate this build from up here down here. Oh, bugger. We just ran out of ethanol. Can we mop that stuff up there? No, there's too much. There's only grams of it there. We need a new stockpile of ethanol, and we need it now. Right. Over here, it's the closest one. We need to change the priority on all of these down to 4 for now. Yep, you can all go to 4. I don't care if the plants or anything. We need to get over here and immediately tap into this section. Perfect. We'll dig across here real quick. And then we're going to stick it in a pitcher pump. We're going to use the pitcher pump to move ethanol down here, which is going to be very necessary very quickly. Can we turn this guy off over here? Nope, we can't. Actually, power. Yeah, I want to save power for now. We'll disable all of that. Everything else can stay on. Is there anything that might unnecessarily draw power? No. I think we're good. Cooking station can keep going. Alright, so we dig through here real quick. We'll throw down a quick pitcher pump. The pitcher pump will allow us to get ethanol, and you can be all ethanol all the time. And nope, not sweep only. Enable auto bottle, so you'll pick it up as well if needs be. Ugh, this is awkward, but no problems. We'll get through this in a few seconds. This stuff here can wait. Everything else, all we're going to do is concentrate on this for a minute. It was pointed out to me, some of these Oxy-lite patches are only 5 kg batches. Well, okay, they're 60, but some of these ones down here are only 5 kgs, and they just sort of evaporate pretty much instantly. It's kind of mad. Yeah, plumbing-wise, give us pitcher pump. We are going to make that out of granite because it's probably the closest material. There's loads of granite on this map. And once you've finished digging out the last of those tiles, there you go. Perfect. We just need someone to immediately get on filling that pitcher pump. We will make you, like, level 9 for now, just until we get the first couple of loads in. Then, I need to make sure we don't let that happen again. What are you doing? 200 kgs? Is that all you're carrying? Oh, they're probably going down to water the plants or something. How are we looking on that front? Okay. We're actually not too bad. Perfect. Alright, we'll let that go. We can put the priorities in here back up to 5. Actually, we are going to make all of those plants level 6. Just on the grounds that those plants are pretty much essential to our survival long term. Alright, you guys nearly finished in here? And yes, I did remember to connect that back up again. Just now. But before anything got too... the oxygen got too... pressure got too low down there. We look on the Oxy-lite front. It'll catch back up. Once the Oxy-lite evaporates entirely, it'll kick back in again. Also, we could have made this room bigger. We could have had the auto sweeper rails, or the rails go around it more, but I'd have to break back in and fix it. For now, it'll tide us over just that little bit longer, and we'll probably switch over to Atmos suits at some point. Hey, guys, anyone want to finish those conveyor loaders? That would be really nice of you. Alright, done. Now, that should start absorbing even more carbon dioxide from down here, and all of the Oxy-lite will get immediately whipped out and sent off on conveyor rails. Also, the whole place is getting provided with ice automatically, so yeah, the usual. We just basically pushed it down a layer. And still, I can see that carbon dioxide there. Why? Okay, well, actually, no. We've just put this in, so we'll give this about 5-10 cycles and see how it goes. Ethanol-wise, hey, we got enough in there now. That means that bleachstone and slime won't be off-gassing anymore. May have off-gassed just a scooch. Yeah, there's some polluted oxygen and stuff in there. I should maybe chuck down a quick... deodorizer can go right there, and we'll put another one right there. Oh, that feels so much better having that in there. I should have set up a pumping system earlier. We've got some blobs there, and we also have an awful lot down here. We'll expand on getting... well, we'll get more of that later, and we also should probably set up an ethanol distillery of our own on the grounds that, well, we can afford it. We've got enough wood coming in. This area over here, we have done a lot of damage to this biome. The question is, will it keep breaking through? And, oh, saltwater geyser. 95C saltwater. How did we even see this? Like, we haven't been down this far. I mean, the closest... oh, maybe when we came down here to build that liquid pump, maybe? Yeah, that's probably what gave us vision. Yeah, from there to there... yeah, no, that works out. If you just sort of measure from this distance here to this distance here, and do that down, yeah, that's how we noticed it. Well, I probably should have noticed it a while ago, but this is what it is. What are you guys? 19 sleet wheat grains? Yeah, we can't let you go to waste. We can maybe dig down a little bit and get to you. Some people will get some cold toesies and stuff, but it'll be fine. What are you? Just 1 grain, and you are 18, which means we're coming over there. Oh, and just before I set this off, I realized, I was missing 100,000 calories because I had put a mesh tile right there, which was stopping anyone from accessing that ration box. Right, the mesh tile went there so that we could put a deodorizer on top, so that we could get rid of the polluted oxygen that was floating around. Right, so we have loads of calories. In fact, you guys need to go. All of you. We don't need any more calories going in there. It's just going to clog up the bins. In fact, I'm going to expand out our... Ramble! Muppet. Okay, so dig out that, then dig out that. And then you're going to have a little bit of a fall. It'll be fine. You can't dig that stuff, can you? Fine. We'll get someone over here to help you out in a second. Oh, never mind, you can dig your own snow. You see, what I'm doing here is I want to expand out this food storage. The problem is we need some way of getting in and out, so I'm thinking we dig a ladder tile down there. Actually, maybe 1 tile over would be better. Yeah, 1 tile over would be better. Then we can put in 2 storage things down here, and we can still get down and get under all of this. It's just right now, our storage is kind of limited, and I like to store way too much food, just in case. To help fill this place up with carbon dioxide, we've installed a wood burner. We're going to run it once. It will generate some heat, but it's minus 30 in here. Once we fill this area up with carbon dioxide, we'll have a much larger refrigeration unit. I should really just eat some of the food or trash some of it, but... I mean, that feels like a waste. I don't want to do that. And why is there polluted oxygen in there again? How? You're really getting on my nerves here. Fine. We shall replace that tile, which will turn the deodorizer back on, which will hopefully get rid of that polluted oxygen again. I just don't like the polluted oxygen to be anywhere near my food for obvious reasons. Right, are you going to get rid of that? And it's gone again. I'm not even sure how the polluted oxygen got in there. There is a few bits and pieces floating around the place, plus we do have all that polluted water that comes out of there. But currently all that polluted water is getting sent over to this section, and occasionally we plug it back in. I should really just put in some sort of sensor here to make sure that automatically finishes. You know what? Let's put in a quick automated sensor once this thing is out of wood. Yeah, you know what? I think that's enough of that. That is definitely done. Perfect. Now we have 2 storage locations that work. How are you looking? Deep freeze, sterile atmosphere. Yeah, carbon dioxide levels are up. You just need the top 2 tiles. Okay, so those 2 tiles are done, and it'll probably get a little bit denser as time goes by. And we can delete these tiles in a bit. And we should probably put in an auto sweeper right about there. Oh, and get rid of that airflow tile. That should allow us to completely take care of everything in these sections. Perfect. It's all about just tracking down things that are probably you're going to forget about later when you start concentrating on other things, and making sure you take care of them. Like, this is just making sure that I don't accidentally come back and find out that half of my food's gone off because I haven't been storing it correctly and my new food is now all rotten there and it's turned into polluted, whatever. This is just safeness. We're being careful. For the same reason, this is where all our polluted water is being dumped off, and we could come up with a better long-term solution for our polluted water needs, but no. Instead, what we're going to do is make sure that we don't have to worry about this overflowing anytime in the near future by just putting in some basic automation. Give me a hydro sensor. Yeah, one of those should go right there is fine. Then give me some automation wires. Chuck that up to there. Then all we'll do is we'll set this to like 300 kilos or something like that. When it hits 300 kilos, the pump turns on and dumps into liquid reservoirs. And we'll stick in an extra reservoir just so we don't have to worry about it for that much longer. We'll probably find a use for the polluted water before then. Probably. If there's more than 200 kgs of water, send a green signal. Right now, we're only at 116. Perfect. That should make sure I don't have to worry about polluted water overflowing out of there anytime soon. Oh, and when it came to this gas pipe, I disconnected it down here. I figured the carbon dioxide was making it way down one way or another, and why have I... Oh, damn it. I forgot to put you in right there. Yeah, I remember now. There was a thing in the way of whatchamacallit, fire pole. Fire pole was in the way, stopped the auto sweeper from going in. I forgot about that, and now we've got blobs of oxygen. We'll sort it out. We'll sort it out real quick. There's always going to be a few minor inconveniences, and that makes me feel much more comfortable having that ethanol in there. That's basically powering this entire base. Oh, and I should really automate this pump as well. That pump should be getting rid of all that polluted water and dumping it over there. You know what? No, I think we're at a nice stable point right now. These storage bins full of eggs, you can check. Viability is 52%, and the growth is suppressed minus 10%. Total change per cycle minus 10%. So basically, its viability goes down by 10% a cycle. After 10 cycles, that's 100%. And the eggs crack and turn into egg yolks. And then those egg yolks we can dump into making these souffle pancakes. Now, it takes 2 sleet wheat grains, but we've already got 143 of them in storage. I figure we open up some of these farms. Ooh, actually, no. 1 second. No, I'm not going to get distracted. There's just so many projects I want to do. But I think a 3rd ranch? Yeah, more floxes means more wood. We're going to get into ethanol distillery. I kind of really do want to set one up. But then I'm thinking that would take a lot of time and effort, and it's going to produce a lot of heat, so we need to get in heat management and a whole bunch of other stuff. No, we do not have time for that. We need to quickly turn this into a ranch. It should just be a case of ripping out some of the farm tiles, replacing them with floor tiles. All we have to do now is wrangle up a few of these floxes that are lying about the place. And that should be 3 ranches good to go. How are we looking on the egg front? I don't think any have actually cracked just yet, but there's no rush. We could actually just use an egg cracker, but long term it's just less labor intensive to do that naturally. And we do have, 200,000 calories, so I think we're good for a little while longer. And what have we got in the gate? We're only taking absolutely premium dupes. No mediocre ones. Ooh, poke shells. Nope, you know what? Don't even want the poke shell. We're golden. Alright, done. Food sorted. Next up. First up, I'm going to let these flocks out. It'd be nice to have some wild ones. I don't think we're going to need them, but I'd like to keep those wild if at all possible. Then we're going to demolish this entire biome. I need to get all the iron that's in here. We are basically down to 3 tons of iron ore. I would like a little bit more, so coring this place out gives us that. Oh, would you look? We printed a slickster. Average life expectancy about a minute and a half, maybe? You can see it's instantly dying from freezing. So that happens now. Current external temperature is so low that it literally just starts to die the moment it appears. It used to be they had to go below their survival temperature. Well, that makes it much easier, especially if we get around to it. We don't even need an evolution chamber. These guys are actually better off getting them for eggs than meat at the moment, so we don't need an evolution chamber for these guys. And I'm trying to see if we can... Oh, we have actually sheared that one, have we? Yeah, perfect. Scale growth 25%. Actually, no, I'm not seeing any shearing going on here. One second, I'm going to put in a grooming station just in case, but we'll disable it. And over here, we're going through this quite nicely. We're up to 3 tons of iron and quite a few tons of... What's the other stuff we want? Ah, cinnabar. So we're up to 43 tons of that stuff. So we'll put this in and then disable it. I think we have to disable it for the shearing station to work, though I could be wrong. It's been a while since I played around with the whole shearing aspect. No, turns out you can't harvest these things, though they are incredibly cute looking. Look at that, they even give them little sort of buck teeth thing. Oh, and their ears flap as they move. Yep, they knew exactly what they were doing. A floofy little bamini, whatever. In time it will mature into a fully grown behemoth. Right, so the way I figured is these guys' scales don't start fully grown. This is to stop us from shearing things once when they spawn and then just killing them afterwards. Oh, this might scupper a few of the Dreco builds. You know what, we'll find that out later. For now, I'm still going to keep clearing this out a little bit. There's a whole bunch more iron ore I'd like to gain access to. Also, I'm pretty sure there is, if we check the gas overlay, yeah, there's an entropy nullifier over there, which is of absolutely no use to us because, you know, it's already cold enough. Guys, what are you doing? You know what? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Finally, raw egg has become available. Where is this raw egg? Yep, that's 22,400 calories. In that case, we want to go straight into consumables, and no one is to eat the raw egg. No one. What are you building at the moment? You're cooking souffle pancakes. Excellent. We have, yeah, more than enough raw egg to make a bunch of them, and that's going to be everyone onto souffle pancakes, which means it's time to start getting into Atmos suit ducks. I figure we sort of wall ourselves in here, have this as our core base, and everything outside here, all that stuff, that can all be external things that can all be dealt with via Atmos suits. That will mean everyone's going to need to get their skills up, though. Ooh, okay, Chili Peeps, you need 2 more points. 1 in suit sustainability and 1 exosuit training. What's that going to put your morale at, though? Current morale is 21? Oh, you'll be fine. That's 2 and an extra 3 points. You'll be perfect. We need 2 points for the filmmaker freak. Actually, no, they're crop tending. They won't be leaving the place. The artist, you know, you'll be leaving at some point, so we might as well get use out of you. Our cook, we don't care about him, but we might as well get him started. I am Pud. Yeah, I think suit sustainability is going to be the #1 priority for everyone from now on. Once we get their suit training maxed out, we can get them out of the base. Though I think it's time we set it up. I think what I'm going to do is have the exit over here. You usually want to have it on the left or the right and then explore from there, but I'm thinking most of the right-hand side is taken up, and I usually like to have it around the middle, so... Yeah, here's good. We can put it on this level and still fit in lots of Atmos suit docks. Worst case scenario, we can open up a second one down here at another time. I figure we start with 10 Atmos suit docks along like that, all made out of iron, because we have plenty of iron right now. And in fact, we've got 3 tons of iron and 32 tons of iron ore. I think we'll be fine for the foreseeable future. Once we've done this, I say we seal in our core base, keep it icy cold, and then we can pretty much burn, destroy, or do whatever we want with the outside stuff. Temperature... Oh. Right, that's up to 26 degrees. You know what? It's fine. I mean, this place will be grand. It'll just destroy that... Oh, damn. I'm kind of worried that granite might break. I think we might want to seal that off somehow. Maybe come in from the bottom and seal it off might be an idea. Though that's dormant right now. You know what? No. We're going to get the Atmos suit docks done. Then we're going to start skilling people up. We'll build a gym if we have to. And then we can fix it from the outside if we absolutely positively have to. But for now, this needs to go in. I think we're going to liquid lock this here so that we can make sure we keep temperature in. In fact, I should also maybe make that out of igneous rock just to make sure there's no temperature transfer. That door up here is just for transfer right now, but that's going to go away in a bit. I think, yeah, all of this should probably be switched over to I don't think the installation is entirely necessary at this point, and we might reverse course and actually just burn the entire map. But I think I'd prefer to keep it chilly, if at all possible. We might even go with a cryo brick, as it instead of doing a industrial sauna, we might do an industrial cryo brick, because it's been a while since we've done one of those. Now, I think that should get us started. Down here we've put down an exosuit forge, and we're going to crank out 10 iron Atmos suits. It's been pointed out to me when I was selecting the difficulty, I left everything on default, but one of the things that was changed was suit wear and tear. So these oxygen masks and these suits are literally immortal. They last forever. Now, I'll change that back with a mod, but first I want to get whatever achievement is going on in this map. There's an achievement on this map for something to do with a geothermal thingy, which that looks suspicious. No, that might be anything. So I want to get the achievement first, and then I'll change it. So until then, we have, well, immortal Atmos suits. It is what it is. One thing we have also been doing is dealing with this cinnabar ore. Cinnabar? I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. Yeah, almost definitely. Basically, if you smelt it, you get liquid, mercury, which probably not really great for you, but duplicants are, you know, pretty hardy. They can, like, bathe in radioactive waste, so a little bit of mercury probably won't do much to them. We're going to pour that in there and use it as a liquid lock because it has some special properties when it comes to temperatures. I have disabled everything being stored in here except for barbecue, frost buns, and souffle pancakes. Reason being, this should crank up everyone's mood. Good meal is +8. Good meal +8. Everyone's getting a +8 mood from that. Plus, everyone at the same time is getting a great whole mood bonus of +6. All of those bonuses on top of each other mean we should be quite handily able to get them all into exosuit training without overloading any of their morale requirements, which is very important if you don't want to stress your duplicants into the ground. Here comes Hans now with that mercury. Perfect. Now, I have no idea at what scale it forms a new tile. You know what? We'll just have to find out as we go. Important bits are, though, it freezes at -38, which means it's the perfect liquid to use for a liquid lock on a level this chilly. At the same point, its evaporation point is 356. However, its specific heat capacity is tiny. Think of it like a very cold steel. It can't hold a lot of heat, but it's a liquid metal and it has some good, interesting temperatures that it's useful for. Namely, a liquid lock on a sub-zero map where you don't have access to supercoolant yet. It would be terrible as a coolant in an aqua tuner. Don't even think about using it for that. And we are definitely going to need more of it. It's now time to put together the oxygen production for this, which is going to have to work entirely on Oxy-lite, which is going to be a little bit confusing. But hey, we've got a little test set up down here. Now we have a better idea of how to make this less horrendous, hopefully. So I'm thinking 2 gas pumps in there. Then all we have to do... This is a very... it's an idea. I'm not going to say it's good or bad, but it's an idea. We're going to put in 4 gas pumps because, well, we want to support 20 duplicants eventually. I might say I'll stay in a low duplicant count, but we both know, like, at some point I'm just going to go nuts and just hire a bunch. I won't be able to help myself. So let's be realistic about it and prepare for 20 dupes by having 2 bunches of these gas pumps in here. Now, we're going to have Oxy-lite flow in here and keep going around and around and around, oxygenating this area, and if any Oxy-lite falls off the rail or, you know, runs out, it'll just get topped up from over here. And that's it. And then we get to see if it works. And over here we're putting in the power supply. We're going to put in an independent one. This is all going to... Like, this thing requires a lot of juice to run. It's going to require 1 kilowatt to run both of those pumps at the same time. And what we forget is, well, normally that power comes from when you've got a self-powered oxygen maker somewhere, and, ooh, the carbon dioxide levels have dropped. Yeah, I say we plug this in again. Why not? Yeah, off you go. Huh. I thought it was still going up a bit. Or maybe there's, I think there's some collecting over here, but that's fine. Yeah, soon that will be a problem of the past because we can dig up into space and dump stuff if we really want to. Anyway, 4 gas pumps, 2 of which we'll use right now. This here will be the power supply for it. We're going to get all this ethanol, dump it into storage tanks, and then from there we can use them. We might want to put it in a small power generator over here. Just say a wood one. Yeah, we'll put in a wood burner there when the time comes. That'll power the liquid pump enough to start pumping this stuff in and then jumpstart the whole system. It'll only cost a little bit of wood. Oh, yeah, these guys. I set these up because, well, I wanted a little bit more redundancy into our toilet systems. We've had a couple of accidents. Not going to point any fingers. Hans. But barring that, everything's been pretty stable. I'd just like to make sure we have a few more bathrooms just in case labor gets a little bit tight. I just thought we'd have a quick stop on a Mari here. Look at that. 16 in machinery. They really have tweaked things. Handyman, +3 construction as well. I mean, no, but still. We'll take the snazzier green suit. We can give that to someone who's already immune. Actually, Chili Peeps, you might as well take that. Reason being, well, they don't need a warm coat. They've already got that frost-resistant thing going on. Are we almost finished here? Someone want to get around to finishing out those wires? We are just about ready to go over here. Someone's going to have to drop over some wood to that burner, but once they do, we can dig this out. We've turned off the burner for now. We're using this little water output thingy, the hydro sensor, to turn it off. That's only temporary. This wood burner is going to be replaced with a smart battery in a bit. For now, we just want to get ready to pump all of this into the storage tanks, which can then flow into these petroleum generators. And I think once we're sealed out here, we might start getting into ethanol production. We definitely got the wood for it. We have 46 tons of wood, and I think a little bit of ethanol production would do as well, considering, well, it's all of our power. Like, all of it. Or, I'd love to get into oil production as well. There better be a magma biome down there. If there's a magma biome down there, we're definitely using it. Actually, considering how much ethanol is on the way to the magma biome, I think we'll do that first. Alright, someone get over here and fill that wood burner, please. Here they are now. Perfect, we can turn you off. And then we can dig this out. I think we'll dig that there. Now, we're going to want to pump it pretty fast because otherwise we might go over the top. Worst case scenario, we'll wall in up here just to make sure we get all the liquid out. A little bit of carbon dioxide in there, liquid stuff. Liquid carbon dioxide for some reason. It's just so cold, it's solidifying. We'll worry about that later. For now, we just want to get the ethanol into the tanks and start up our Atmos docks. And then you're going to want to run. Immediately, Pud. Run. What's going on? You know what? Let's try pumping. A little bit of carbon dioxide got in there. That's okay. Insufficient resource combustible liquid. Contents, none. Ah. I think, yes, that carbon dioxide is causing problems. That actually works out for us. We can deconstruct that, or we can deconstruct that pipe to kick this whole thing off. For now, we'll just let this wood burner do its job and start sucking all this liquid out of here. Ugh, I really wish there was a way to get rid of that carbon dioxide, though. Yeah, in a minute. There we go. Much faster. A few more blocks gone. Ooh, you know what? Let's just wall that up for now. Anyone? Guys, you want to... Let's make that a priority 9. No, no. Come back here. What are you doing? Just finish it. It's fine. It's fine. We got a little bit of time. And there seems to be a blob of carbon dioxide there that's saving us. And it seems to... Oh, come on. Seriously. You went... And that is why everyone thinks the duplicants are dumb. But I think they're smart. They're doing it to frustrate us and hopefully leave them alone so they can do their own thing. Which would be, you know, lie down and die in a puddle of their own urine. Come on. That'll be fine. If we get a small leak, it won't be that bad. But that was just so dumb. Oh, finally. Finally someone decided to get around and get that priority 9 thing. Muppets. Alright, I think we can finally get this sucker started. Is there any more carbon dioxide in here? Please tell me there's not. Oh, there is. Great. Well, that's going to cause problems in the future. In that case, we'll deconstruct this pipe and start it right back up again. Okay, here we go. Smart batteries plugged in. Let's make that 90, say 50's fine. Perfect, we now have power. That will pump in the rest of that. We'll probably have some blockages or damages once that carbon dioxide gets back in, but we don't care. Now, over here. Yeah, this system is very dumb, but hopefully it's a dumb system that works. So, let me double check here. Gas-wise, no carbon dioxide. It's completely sealed in, and there's Oxy-lite going around on the line. And you can see the Oxy-lite, 19 kgs, 19.3. And theoretically, once the Oxy-lite on one of those lines fails, or empties out, what'll happen is it'll be replaced by the Oxy-lite coming in fresh from this conveyor loader. This conveyor loader is being fed by this auto sweeper, which is being fed by that storage bin. Done. Oh, and that can be deconstructed. Wait. Where's the power? Oh, I need to put in the Atmos suits, don't I? Oh, actually, no. These guys need to be powered as well. Done. The question is, can this keep up? So what I want to do is try something here. Get both of them running flat out. Thing is, at some point we're going to be upgrading to having both of these running, and I want to see if the Oxy-lite can keep up with that. If it can, great. If it can't, well, back to the redesign. This just fit in nice and neatly underneath our food storage. Alright, here we go. So we want to let this run for a bit and make sure we're still getting a kilo out of each pipe. This is so far working really well. I don't know if it'll get worse. It should, in theory, get worse as the amount of Oxy-lite on the line gets smaller. No, still a kilo. I'm going to let this run a full cycle, as in I want to see all the Oxy-lite fail off the line and then get replaced. There we go. There's failure. You can see there that it's gone below the 1 kilo for each one of them. Yeah, working with Oxy-lite's not really that great, is it? We either need more space, which can be arranged. We could do something like that and get another layer of rails. Or we need to make it so that... You know what? I think now's the time. Since some of them are already pretty busted, we can break in. Some of that Oxy-lite will stay on the line at 5 kilos. We'll put on some 20 kilo stuff and we'll have a mix. Because what's happening is, as it goes down and the amount of Oxy-lite on the line gets lower, we need to have like a mix of Oxy-lite, some of which is 20, some of which is 5. Before we seal this sucker up again to keep the carbon dioxide out, we're going to give it a quick run. You should be going there, you should be going there. As you can see, we're going to be inserting a few 20 kilo packets of Oxy-lite onto the line. So this is 20 kgs, 20, 2 kgs, 20. So we've basically broken it up a bit so it's not all running out all at the same time. Then we'll chuck that in there and we'll hook those back up again. A little bit of carbon dioxide in there. It's going to end up damaging some of these suits, probably, but, you know, we can repair them. It'll be pretty quick. Alright, so we want to fill in that wall. Nope, same problem again, I think. Oh, wait, no, never mind, I was looking at the wrong one. Over here, yes. Definitely, we've gone too low again. Damn it! Working with Oxy-lite is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Major remodel, I have a new idea, and again, I feel like I should point out, if you're seeing this later on, this is not a good idea, right? Making a proper self-powered oxygen maker is a much smarter plan using some liquid water over here. We have plenty of liquid water to make one of those. The reason we're not doing that, and we're going with this dumb design, is because we want to see how far we can stretch the new mechanics. That's it. That's it. So don't think this is a good idea. These are not good ideas. Don't try replicating them. These are more just fun experiments and seeing what you can do. I mean, okay, you can replicate them if you want. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying you probably shouldn't if you're aiming to have, like, normal fun as opposed to, I don't know, whatever this is. Okay, I think we got this. We combined a few different things to make this just this little bit better. Okay, you can also be swept up. What happens is the Oxy-lite comes in here, goes all the way around, hops across this thing, continues on, and then eventually it gets all the way to the center to this conveyor receptacle. At which point, it loads into the conveyor receptacle. Done. Then we've got these Oxy-lite sconces down here, and what happens is the auto-sweeper picks up from the conveyor receptacle and dumps them into the Oxy-lite sconces as necessary. And I think we're done. In that case, no one needs to go in there anymore. And we can start firing this up. And it should, in theory, this time, not run dry. Third time's the charm. That's what I'm telling myself. I figure, like, there's so much Oxy-lite in that room between the sconces and everything in the background, this might take a while. Like, even the conveyor receptacle, shouldn't that bleed Oxy-lite? Yeah, it's going down as well. So at some point this will drop down low enough that whatever's on the rail will will enter into it, which will drag in another 20 kilo tile of Oxy-lite. This should be perfect. Well, so far this appears to be working incredibly well. I mean, it might break down later, but for now it's good. These sconces are set to level 4. The receptacle's set to level 3, so it should take any it needs out of there. Though that one's at 166. Why? How does it make you a level 9? No difference. We'll keep an eye on that one. I want to make sure that those things get topped up, and that one seems to be the lowest of the lot. Yeah, at 164, we'll make sure that one's good. We can start loading up these suits right now. We're just about getting to the point where I think this can accept another tile of Oxy-lite. I just want to make sure this all moves. There's about 14 kilos, or 13.7 kilos on the tile. You can see in the conveyor rail there, 13.4, 13.3. So at some point it should slide in, and then the next one will go along. And gas pipes are, yeah, they're all full. There we go. All move forward one tile. We get an extra blob of Oxy-lite in there. That is perfect. That is exactly what we wanted. Just got to make sure the sconces get filled. I don't know if auto sweepers can fill sconces. If they can't, that's going to actually be a mild problem. You know what? I can figure out ways around that if needs be. But for now, let's get on with filling up all of the Atmos ducts and getting ready to strip mine this map out. We're just about good to go. I say we go all the way up to space, see what's there, and we go all the way down to the oil biome. And we got plenty of ethanol down there. We can start pumping that up into better storage tanks. Like this one's dry, so we're using that for refined metal, and this one's okay, but this should keep us going until we can hopefully get a petroleum boiler going. There is our first usage of the Atmos ducts. We have not arranged for everyone to go out just yet. Reason being is not everyone has the skills necessary to use an Atmos suit without negatives. For example here, Hans, under athletics, you'll see that they've got Atmos suit -6. That's bad, but they have Atmos suit training, which gives them a +6. But that +6 only applies while they're in it. For example, once they take off the suit, that +6 goes away. It's sort of like a counteraction. If you have the highest level of skill in Atmos suit training, exosuit training, this one here, it basically gets rid of it. It has a penalty reduction, and by penalty reduction, it nullifies the Atmos suit penalty, meaning you can use them without penalty. And there's really good things as well about these. If you go under excavation, you get a +10 for wearing an Atmos suit. +10 to your digging. That's mental. It just makes it so much faster to dig stuff out. And then I'm just going to use my normal method. This is not the fastest way to dig. It's just consistent. And I'm in no rush. We're in Atmos suits. Everyone's fine. We don't have to worry about them getting cold. This should be a quick and easy way to do it. Okay, let's time-lapse this a bit and see what we find down there. Oh, and the way we're keeping people who don't have the skills from getting down there is just door permissions. Chili Peeps, Mike Vanderver, Literate Bast, Hans Martin Diffenbach, and Frederick Hartmann, I Am Pud, all of them have the necessary skills to use an Atmos suit without much negatives. I don't let anyone else out. Otherwise, it takes them forever to get down and anywhere. Like, the movement speed just drops dramatically. Let's pick someone who would like to come out. Ramble? Come on out here. So, we'll let Ramble have a quick look. Yep, Ramble is on a build mission. Excellent. I don't know what they were doing over the other side. Right, now the moment they get into the suit, they should slow down. The ladder will be quite fast because, or not the ladder, the fire pole. But the moment they have to get back up on the ladder, they should be much slower. I'm missing something here. Yeah, they get a -6 from the Atmos suit. Yeah, 4 or 5. There are twinkle toes though, so that's kind of helping them. That half cancels it out. You know what? I think we'll let Ramble out. Go for it, buddy. You go a rambling. In that case, let's just finish this off. We've got a little bit of ethanol floating around the place. Knowing how flammable that stuff is, I don't know how comfortable I'd be wading around in it. But the duplicants seem fine. It's still icy cold down here, though. We're not seeing any heat. There may not be an oil biome. Yeah, there's a chlorine gas, but it's still -3, -4. Actually, that's reasonably warm. Everywhere else is like -30 or more. And that is, no, some sort of just, that's one of those little puzzle things. It's fine. We're going to come down here. We're going to compress all of this liquid out of the way so we can keep going. You can... I want to say keep going this direction. Might as well. We'll go that direction, and then we'll squish all the liquid to the right. Oh, I should point out, there's these lumen quartzes you find about the place, and if you carve them, they just turn into carved lumen quartz. It doesn't seem to matter who does it. Actually, cancel the sweeping. We will move you to over there. I should be using them probably since the beginning. It turns out they make great lamps as well for your people who are afraid of the dark and can't sleep in bad areas. Now, I need to push all of this stuff over there with some brick building. So something like that to start, I think. I got a building melted notification. I didn't like the sound of that. It seems everything near the wood heater didn't like that either. Replacement time? Where's our other wood heaters? We've got more than one, I know that much. Over here we're good. There's no snow anywhere near you. Yeah, we'll replace all of that just in case. How about you? You know what? We'll replace you guys too. And we've also got a printable to choose from. Hatchlings! Ooh. Yeah, you'll freeze to death before we get a chance to keep you alive. But... barbecue. What's your temperature ratings? Yeah, 10 to 40 C is your comfortable rating. Ooh. What's your extensive one, or your extended one? Livable range, minus 30 to 100. Actually, you can survive there. Yes, you can. In fact, yeah, none of that is below minus 30. So, yeah, just stay there. You'll be grand. You can run around and eat whatever's lying about the place. Down here, we are still doing a little bit of modifications. 1 second. Yeah, like that. Then we're also putting in a liquid pump. We're going to be pumping all of this ethanol out. This is all just a big pool of power, so let's utilize it. And we're still not at the bottom yet, but we're getting there. Done. Liquid forced out of the way. We can now continue on our merry way. Just keep pushing down. It's like a bit of a pain in the butt because you can't overwrite deconstructing tiles with a ladder segment, but this should only take a moment. This is a pretty big map when you play on the old school one. I suppose we did start around the middle there, so... Yeah, this is level with the gate. That is quite a depth, and we're not even close to the bottom yet, assuming there's a magma biome here. And we found our first sprouts. No, thank you. Unless they've got new recipes, I am not looking forward to them. I'm also going to try and queue up some more research in the background. I've been letting that go on the long finger. How are we looking on the dirt front? Yeah, we got 18 tons. We can afford a little bit of research. And... Yeah, I'm not seeing any geysers or vents here. The only one I've noticed is one on the upward side. Yeah, over here. We'll have to go check that out later, but I can't really think of anything we want, except for maybe actually a magma volcano. No, we don't need one of those. Let's just keep going down and see what we find. I think it's actually getting warmer. They have liquid polluted water down here. That's very rare. There's nothing else in there, though, except some lockers. But don't care. Everyone's got enough jumpers. And, oh my god, there's liquid water. Wow. They have to fit all the biomes onto one map. We're not playing this... I haven't enabled the spaced out DLC for this. I wanted to try one big map because I figured it'd be better for performance long term and a lot of things. And, yeah, I'd forgotten. They have to cram in everything. So that means every single biome is going to be present on this map. Unless they've left biomes out, which would seem counterproductive for what they're trying to do. So we should have everything, including there'll be trees down here. Oh, there's some hexton fruit. Oxyferns. Interesting options. Still no end in sight. Yep. Large maps. Gotta love them. Alright, let's keep going. Would you look at that? Geothermal power plant. An abandoned geothermal power plant has been discovered. My scans indicate that this facility comprises multiple buildings located throughout the planet, with plumbing entrenched so deeply in the terrain that much of it is beyond our reach. Most of the accessible portions look quite functional. Okay. So, reconnect heat pump. Reconnect this building steel plumbing system to restore functionality. Okay, discover geothermal power plant. This is the new... this is the new achievement. Reconnect geothermal heat pump, operate geothermal power plant, and clear blocked geovent. Okay, so there's other stuff located around the map, and we have to go... Never mind. Found it. Yeah, there's the geovent. Right, so we have to clear that geovent. This is... Oh, actually, it's a blocked geovent, so we have to clear that because someone pooped in it. Yep, you can see it right at the top. Okay, fine. Where else is there? And there's another piece over here, which is a regular geovent. Huh. So, disconnect. What about you? Reconnect? Fine, so we need to get people to all of those locations, and once the duplicates get there and reactivate them, we're golden, and then we can use this. What does it actually do is the question. You know what? That we'll find out about. Uses the heat from the planet's core to dramatically increase the temperature of liquid inputs. Oh, where's the liquid inputs? Not seeing any just there. Right, so there is some sort of liquid inputs that will probably become available when we fix it or complete it or whatever it is. And then once that happens, then we can use it to heat up liquids. I wonder what type of liquids. Could we put molten steel in there, I wonder? Oil biome. And we've got oil reservoirs. And there seems to be magma. Is there any other magma around here? You're not showing magma. What's the temperature around you? No, I'm not seeing anything. Pity. I was really hoping to be like a magma core to this planet. But I'm not seeing anything. There's that. That makes me hopeful that there is some here. Now let's get down here and have a quick look at this sucker while we're about. I've just hit the reconnect button on this. Cancel. I don't think it works, does it? No pending, no pending. It needs 1,200 kilos of steel. These materials must be delivered. Oh, yeah. So we have to rebuild it by doing a chore. Like, what happens if I hit reconnect on this one? It's a settings errand. Okay. So we need 1,200 kilos of steel and to gain access to those things. Got it. And what do we got over here? Volcano. Actually, excellent. Even if we don't end up with a magma biome, we should be able to use that not a magma. Yep, a magma biome thing. We should be able to use that with an oil reservoir to make ourselves a whole bunch of petroleum. So petroleum boiler is on the cards. Excellent. Then it's just up to space. That's a hell of a drop. Like all the way down. Yeah, we're gonna have to start investing in a few things like those plastic transport tubes. Haven't used those in a day or two. Jeez, we're going to need them for distances this far, especially if we want to get a space program going as well. We're going to need ways for people to navigate from the top of the bottom of the map really quickly. And that's going to require a lot of power. How much are we doing on the ethanol front over here? You know what? You should probably give us another 20 tons of that stuff. And done. Yeah, we've got plenty of iron ore. We've got Atmos suits. Oh! Why is there so much carbon dioxide in here? That's bad. Well, that should hopefully help out. Little bit of an upgrade to our oxygen production. We're already up to 23 tons of Oxy-lite. What's a little bit more? The only thing we need to feed it with is ice, of which we've got 534 tons. So I think we're good. I think we're good on both fronts. All right. And yay, lots more oxygen to come. How did you end up in there? Both of you. You shouldn't be in there. Egg drop, maybe? Oh, you dropped from up here. I replaced some tiles, you guys dropped down. And then you got replaced by fresh critters out of these hatcheries. Yep, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. We'll move you over there. Both of you can just pop over to that section. We don't want you in there. So I have been looking into ethanol distilleries and converting the wood output of the floxes into ethanol. And it's bad. It is bad. I can't remember if I've went over this before, but basically, okay, we'd need 20 floxes to run 2 of these, and we definitely have that. We could run 2 of these, no problems. The thing is, each one produces 500 grams a second of ethanol. It takes 4 of these to run a petroleum generator flat out. Petroleum generator produces 2 kilowatts, so that means this 500 grams of ethanol is actually producing 500 watts. However, the ethanol distillery costs 240 of those watts, meaning you're making 260 watts profit per ethanol distillery, which means if we ran 2 ethanol distilleries, we'd be making 520 watts of profit, which would be just enough to run these 2 gas pumps. Yeah, that's how good it is. I'm thinking either A, we go down here and start a petroleum boiler. Might be a bit tricky if we need to use a volcano. Or B, we check out this geothermal heat pump. Maybe we can use this to generate power. We've got to be able to do it, right? We will need some oil at least for plastic, and this seems to heat up whatever liquid you pass through it. And I'm thinking we get the highest temperature controlled liquid we can, or THC liquid, and we pump it through there, and then run steam turbines. We might be able to get power that way. And in the meantime, we just coast on this ethanol. We've got a big pool of ethanol right here. We've got another couple of pools around the place, and we just use that to tide us over until we get a proper power source in place. But that will be for the next episode. For now, I'm going to cut this out here. I hope you enjoyed it. Good luck.